Naomi and her husband had 2 sons, and after the death of their sons, Naomi told her 2 daughters-in-law to go back to their family. The first daughter-in-law, Orpah, listened and left, but Ruth refused to leave her side. When Naomi reached Bethlehem, she heard people in the town square talking about a woman who had lost both her husband and sons. She was so ashamed that she wanted to cover up with a veil. But an older woman said, "Don't cover up, Naomi. We've heard about you. Come, let's go home together." So they went home together. The next day, Naomi told Ruth to go out into the fields to gather grain. While Ruth was gathering grain, she noticed that it was the field of Boaz, who was a rich landowner and a relative of Naomi's late husband. That night, Naomi told Ruth to go back to Boaz's field tomorrow. She would be able to pick some grain so that she could take some home for her and Naomi to eat. So the next day, when Ruth was gathering the grain, she saw that it was Boaz himself who was giving the orders. When he found out that it was Ruth, he called her over and gave her even more grain to gather. He also told his workers to give her some of the grain that they were gathering. After Ruth gathered all the grain, she took it home to make bread for her and Naomi to eat. For several days, Ruth continued to gather grain in the field, and each time she would take some home to eat. Soon, people in the town started noticing Naomi and Ruth, and they started wondering who this foreigner was. One day, Naomi told Ruth to go and wash herself and put on perfume and a beautiful dress, and then go to the town square and wait by the well. Then she sent one of her friends to tell Boaz that Naomi was waiting for him at the well. When Boaz arrived at the well, Naomi asked him, "Would you be willing to marry Ruth and become her husband?" Boaz agreed, and they were married. Soon Ruth became pregnant and gave birth to a son, Obed. This made Naomi very happy, because now she had someone to take care of her in her old age. She had a grandson, and she knew that God had not forgotten her. Naomi went from tragedy and loss to triumph and legacy.